as it's the USC Trojans taking on the Oregon Ducks.
You okay, son?
Yeah, Coach, I just...
Tommy. You all right, Tommy? We need some help over here. Hurry!
You got my back, right?
Of course. Always.
Then go out there and finish this thing.
One shot. That's all any of us ever really gets. Why do my whole life...
Wonder if this pressure is perhaps getting to this young Oregon quarterback. They trail at the break. Just one half remains in the college football season as we begin the second half of this national championship game. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Ducks set to go on offense as they come to the line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it first and 10.
Boy, Charles, a pretty unique opportunity here for this young quarterback. We know that he's had plenty of opportunities under center, won every start, but this is different. You're coming in cold off the bench for the second half of a championship game.
You're exactly right about that because your mindset is a little bit different than when you know you're going to start at times during the season or you know you're the backup but you're going to play. He didn't play at all in the first half. Been a co-starter essentially all season long. Now he's got to go out there and find a way to guide his team to victory in the biggest college football game of the year.
Give him back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another first down.
For another Oregon first down.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Being chased out left. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
1-yard line.
Now back to throw. And nearly picked off there, and it would have been a great time for their first pick. Instead, it's second down.
Makes it.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
This is caught, and he will score. Touchdown, Ducks, from 21 yards away. And the Ducks have the lead.
Well, after the departure of Tommy Matthews at the half, the offense able to regroup and put the football in the end zone.
Yeah, that's something they couldn't accomplish in the first two quarters of this game. So finally, finding their way downfield. I think Coach Red O'Brien, he hadn't shown a preference for either quarterback. But this kid who's out there right now, one thing we know about him, he's a fighter.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I was just going to say that, Charles. He's a fighter, and he does have plenty of upside. We know that he can lead. You and I sitting with him this week, didn't you just see a guy who could step into any locker room and control the presence of his teammates?
I just remember when we left that room, you said two things to me. I think this kid's going to be poised under pressure, and to me, he's a natural leader, and I concur with both of those statements.
They go with Washington to begin the drive. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown.
Well, since he's come into the game at quarterback, 2 trips into the end zone, and this offense starting to look remarkably relaxed.
I love that description because it's evident to me, and it's evident to everyone watching, and now everyone's getting the memo. He's not a backup. He's played just as much as Matthews has this season.
Yeah, that's the thing, Charles. There's the old adage of if you have 2 quarterbacks, you have none. Well, I think they're taking that script and throwing it right out the window because they're saying we've got 2 quarterbacks, and we like them both.
I love the way you just said that. Not in this case does the old adage hold up. I think we've got a new one. They feel like they've got 2 good quarterbacks, and the offense should respond no matter who's on the field.
Exactly.
The Trojan offense ready to get their next drive started. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive. And he lost the football. Charles loses it. And the defense has come up with it.
They may have the edge on the scoreboard, but that hasn't made them passive, has it? I mean, they've dialed up a pretty good run blitz there. And Brandon, you know that all blitzes aren't just designed to get to the quarterback in the passer. Sometimes you're just trying to take away every gap, every hole that might be created in the running game, and they did it to perfection and caused a fumble there.
Took away the gaps, took away the holes, took away the football. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down. They'll set up a throw. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
In the end zone.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrives.
And he will take this one in for a touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Ducks have furthered their advantage.
Remember, Charles, with Tommy Matthews under center, they weren't able to get the ball into the end zone. They had a single field goal, but he exits the game in half. And this offense, since then, they've been on fire. That's the third touchdown in this second half.
Yeah, I'm sorry I jumped in there on you there, partner, but you're exactly right. I was thinking the same thing you were. On fire. Third touchdown the second half. He's taking this offense and squarely put it on his back, and he is actually carrying them. And when they believe, to the national championship podium.
Well, time will tell if they will be on that podium and hoisting that trophy.
At their own 23-yard line.
The SC offense about set to take over here. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad position.
And oh, he coughed it up. It's going the other way.
Flynn's pass complete.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last two, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if it...
And he is into the end zone for an Oregon touchdown. 25 yards. And the Ducks have furthered their advantage.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Now after the touchdown, here's Oregon set to kick it off. Taking it about the 1. Now a hit and a loose football.
A fumble on the play. Recovered by the Ducks.
And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really...
And he will score. Touchdown, Ducks. A 24-yard touchdown. And this offense is running away with this one.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Now he'll pull it down.
Two-point conversion.
And boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more. Now after the touchdown, here's Oregon set to kick it off. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Trojan offense ready to get their next drive started. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the defense says they have it. Yes, they've got it.
A fumble on the play.
And now 3 drives, 3 fumbles.
What's amazing about it is when we go around and watch practices, how many times do we see them put that sleeve over a football now to make it more slippery and hard to handle? It's almost like they're playing with that sleeve on the ball right now. Was it 3 drives?
Yep.
3 fumbles?
3 fumbles.
It's time to change our luck some way, somehow. Focus, concentration, you'll hear those words on the bench in a big way right now.
7 yards on the play. On first down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to get this one out to his fullback.
And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there.
3 yards the gain there, second down.
7 yards left for second down. Ball at the 10.
On the move, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
A solid run of 11 there as he tucked it and ran, but he's still short of the marker, and it's 4th.
That was a good effort there trying to do it on his own, but as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities.
And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. A big-time sack there on 4th down. And as a result, possession switches hands. On 1st and 10, Flynn. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and this is picked up by the defense. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah. It's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think that you take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
The first down play, to be frank, nothing short of awful, and now they have to deal with 2nd and very long. And he's got some space here. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Give him 23 yards on the pickup. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
It's now 3rd down.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Steps away to his left. And he is going to be run down. What a disaster there. A huge loss.
Now that was something, and it wasn't good. In one play, you've gone from being in the red zone to maybe out of field goal range. Totally inexcusable.
The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down? Dancing to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively, all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. It's their quarterback. His 2nd touchdown of the night. And this offense continues to pour it on.
Well, they just continue to roll. And, Charles, for you and I, we want the close games, but for them, it has to be so nice to enjoy this big cushion.
I can't remember the last time we saw them play this loose and have this much fun. I think they'd love to be able to capture this game, carry it with them from week to week, and be able to execute like this in all the rest of their games.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
1st and 10. At their own.
The SC offense about set to take over here. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
That, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over, is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
A great return there of 22 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Oregon offense on the field, ready for their next possession. Oh, and he'll just get rid of this one deep. And he will score. Touchdown, Ducks. A big play there. 52 yards as his guys continue to pour it on.
I'm not sure what other ground there is to cover here. I mean, this offense has been amazing. Just total domination, Charles.
They've played so well, and if you really focus in on the offensive line, they've protected well when they wanted to throw the ball. They've moved people off the line of scrimmage when they wanted to run it. Smiles all the way around. This offense has been really good in this one.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
USC gets set here, 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Flynn. Pressure comes and down he goes.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean,
he's got a man complete. He's at the 40. Past the 20. And he's able to get this way down deep into enemy territory. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. From the gun, Flynn. This complete to the tight end, Clay. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 6-yard line.
Operating from the gun. Flynn. That's caught. Touchdown, USC. A great effort there. There to make the grab. And his guys are able to get a score back.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team. But I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film. But this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Taking it about the 1.
The Ducks take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Ducks set to go on offense as they come to the line. And Cameron has it over the middle. There he goes, right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Ducks. A big play there with his 2nd touchdown of the night as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us. We're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
And this one won't bounce their way. It's covered up by the hands team.
Side kick recovered by the hands.
The 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Flynn, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And does the defense have it? They do, says the referee. We're going the other way.
By the Ducks.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. Steps away. They're spinning away.
Tonight's final score.
And it's officially celebration time in Eugene, as for the first time in school history, the Oregon Ducks are the kings of college football. Time on that sideline. It took a change at quarterback as thoughts will turn to the condition of Tommy Matthews. But for now, jubilation as they are the national champions.
Well, Tommy's injury certainly was a setback. But the bond that these two kids have is really strong. And although only one of the Heartbreak Kids...
I think there's only one individual.
Hey, man. Promise me one thing.
Anything.
That you'll come back next year and make it win the championship. Together.
Next year? You know I will, brother. Together.
Doc said I shouldn't overdo it.
She said what caused all this?
Yeah. Something about the stress from my filthy roommate leaving his dishes lying around the apartment. She said if it weren't for that, I'd be the pinnacle of health.
Please.
Hey, seriously. You gotta start cleaning up after yourself. It's ridiculous.
Really? Right now? Is that him? He's an hour early. Coach?
Don't look too disappointed.
No, I was just expecting Tommy. Come in. Care for a cupcake?
No, thanks.
So, you here for the party?
No, give me a minute. Okay, Coach. Actually, we're here to talk to you about next season.
Yeah, sure, talk away.
It was something you said at the start of the season earlier. It really stuck with me. It's...
Something good, I hope?
Well, it was something you said about treat your men like your beloved sons, and they'll follow you into the deepest valley. And that really got me. It got me thinking about the way I treat you boys, and I wasn't being fair to you, and Tommy, for that matter, or the team.
Wow, Coach, I really appreciate that.
All that being said, I wanted to go into the off-season with everyone on the same page. I figured the best way that we could do that would be to announce a starter. Tommy's gonna be our starter.
But how could you possibly make that decision after the title game? Is Tommy even gonna be able to play?
Yeah, I spoke with his doctor. Valve replacement surgery was great. He's gonna be right as rain.
Just don't understand.
I know this is hard for you. It's hard for you to process, and I hope you believe me when I say that I take no joy in making this decision, but I stand firmly behind it because, frankly, Tommy's a better fit for the offense.
Well, what does this mean for me?
Well, it means means that you are at a monumental crossroads in your life, and you've got two choices. You can enter the draft, and based on what you did last year, I'd say you'd be lucky to get picked in the 3rd round. But realistically, you're looking at a late-round selection, if at all.
Jeez, don't sugarcoat it for me.
Well, I'm trying to be open and honest with you from this moment forward. I'm giving it to you as I would my own beloved son.
And my other choice?
Well, the way I see it, you got too much raw athleticism to waste sitting on the bench. Your talent is a true gift. And it's one that I'm going to give you the opportunity to show it to the world.
And how's that?
You get to pick a new position on offense and get your Heartbreak Kids thing going back again.
Heartbreak Kids. Well, Tommy's already tried recruiting me to come back so we can win the title together.
Does that mean you're in?
Plus, he did switch positions once, and you see how well that worked out for him. Guess I can try too.
The Heartbreak Kids are back, baby.
Was he eavesdropping?
Always. It wasn't an easy decision at the time, but I don't regret it for a second. Of course, everyone's first thought was, where am I going to play? It felt good, telling everyone I was sticking around and Tommy and I were going to play together. The next question was, did it actually work out?
Pretty drastic turn of events for Coach O'Brien's program. I mean, the defensive pantry has been pretty much left dry with most of that elite unit having bolted for the NFL. But today, Coach O'Brien revealed a new strategy, and I think it's kind of brilliant. Get both Heartbreak Kids on the field at the same time. I mean, it's really a brilliant move. Here's the deal. You got to get all of your talented players on the field at once. Certainly if they're going to rely on the offense for a change to be the strength of this team if they're planning on making another run at it.
right, Dan, show me what you got. Let's go. Not bad. We may have something here.
I gotta say, I was surprised.
Well, no doubt the best college game this Saturday is here in Miami Gardens, Florida. The place, Hard Rock Stadium, as two of the top 5 teams in the nation will face off. It's the Oregon Ducks and the Miami Hurricanes. Kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Hurricanes now 1st and 10. They'll start by running the option to the right. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at 2nd down.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Shotgun snap for Daniel. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. That's pulled in at the 32. So a change of possession here on the punt. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Outstanding field position for this young quarterback as he begins things here, 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Intended for number 4.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it.
trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
A gain of 13 yards. First down, Oregon.
From the gun, Matthews. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
And Charles, this is kind of interesting to watch because, as you and I remember well, back when they were blue-chip prospects coming into college, it was Matthews on the receiving end.
And he will score. Touchdown, Ducks. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Ducks have taken the early lead.
The Heartbreak Kid connection, one finding the other, and they really make it look easy out there.
Oh, it's a special chemistry that they have, isn't it? And look, we go all the way back to their time in high school. Positions may have changed, roles may have changed, but what doesn't change, their friendship, their connection, and understanding where each is going to be on the field, no matter what the situation.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Back out there for their next offensive drive. The Hurricanes get set. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
They've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before.
And his first carry, he loses the football.
A running play.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball.
And his first carry, he loses the football. And this is going to go the other way. The defense has it. Well, he's going to have to shake out the cobwebs. First time he touches the football, and he drops it on the ground.
So many times we talk about quarterbacks and taking care of them early to get them in the flow with safe throws, right? But with a runner, there is no such thing as a safe run, right? Right out of the gate, you're going to be in some traffic. You got to take care of the ball, and he didn't do that.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. He's going to try and go deep again. And a little floater there is incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on first and second down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
And that'll be caught. Touchdown, Oregon. A big play there with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Ducks have furthered their advantage.
Make that now a second connection for the Heartbreak Kids. And we talked about it earlier, Charles. They have a special connection, and it just continues to show.
Hey, I can't help but laugh and smile watching it. It's not because I'm favoring them over their opponent, but just the story is too good, isn't it? High school buddies, change of positions, getting it done here on the biggest level, and the timing on that play. Perfectly run route, perfectly thrown ball. That certainly looks like guys who've known each other for a very long time.
And by the way, we were told 3 of the high school coaches that coach these guys are here in the stadium. You know that they have to be looking down with big smiles on their faces.
No doubt about it.
On 1st and 10, Daniel. That's caught by Jackson. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
On 2nd down now, it's Woods. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield.
2 yards. It's 3rd down and 5.
On 3rd down, it's Woods. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers putting up their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
A nice return that time of about 14 yards.
And out will come the offense as they take over. The Oregon offense on the field, ready for their next possession. Now Matthews. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's second down. Throwing again. Matthews. He's going to take another shot here. This is caught inside the 15. And he will score. Touchdown, Ducks. A big play there. Doing it again with his third touchdown here in the opening quarter. And the Ducks have furthered their advantage. It's good, and before you know it, it's 21-0.
Ducks 21. Hurricanes nothing.
Now after the touchdown, here's Oregon set to kick it off. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
Here's the University of Miami, their offense ready to get the drive started. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked...
Now the ball comes loose. And it'll be a turnover. This is going the other way.
Daniel on the keeper.
And this is where you need the quarterback to morph into being a running back. The ball can't be away from his body. It can't be loose. It can't be held like he's going to throw it. Tuck it away. Take care of it, because he's going to run through a lot of traffic.
And if he doesn't take care of it, we're going to see less design runs like that. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up first and goal.
At the 8-yard line.
Matthews to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. 21-0 our score after 1.
Hurricanes nothing.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I think it's pretty safe to say that when you're up 3 touchdowns, the last thing you want to do is hang one up there and put it in jeopardy and possibly get it intercepted. Got a nice lead. You should be able to protect it. But if you get careless with...
And he will take this one in for a touchdown from 17 yards out. And the Ducks have furthered their advantage.
Well, they were backed up on 3rd and goal, and when you saw him starting to scramble, my thought process was he'll get what he can and maybe get out of bounds. But he got a little bit greedy there. And in this case, greed was good as he got into the end zone.
Extra point splits the uprights, and a rout is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, here's Oregon set to kick it off. Taking it about the 1. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Take over 1st and 10. At their own
back out there for their next offensive drive. The Hurricanes get set. The drive starts with a carry by Langford. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line.
The ball carrier.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Third and long. It's Daniel. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the defense has come up with it.
Quarterback sacked.
He already had the 1 fumble loss, so now 2 fumbles lost here in this first half.
Not setting the pace the way that you want it done. I mean, here in the first half, already twice the ball's come out and hit the turf. Got to find a way to take care of it. Otherwise, they may have to start thinking about maybe someone different at that position.
They'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Matthews. And a quick throw here. That's complete. A great job to hold him to just a yard there. Now it's 4th and goal.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And as a result, possession switches hands.
And sometimes pride wins, doesn't it? Because, yes, they're getting steamrolled here right now. They're down big, and they're going to try a fake field goal against them. Yeah, I'm not supposed to root, but good for them for stopping that one and showing that they haven't given up on this game.
Yeah, I just can't believe, though, that they tried to fake with this wide of a margin up that big. But like you said, kudos to the D.
Yeah, if the blood wasn't bad before,
it is now.
It might have started that way now.
10 at the 28-yard line.
Now an option play, and he'll keep it. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had to look.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the defense says they have it. Yes, they've got it.
Quarterback sack.
Brandon, that's the 3rd time he's fumbled so far in this game, and you know, you can make excuses for each and every one of them, but the bottom line is he's got to take care of it better, and now that he's shown a propensity for fumbling it, just think about what the defenders are trying to do.
Yeah, well, guys hate 1 fumble, 2's, oh my goodness, 3 or more. Wow.
Just doesn't make any sense, does it?
Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
All right, Captain. It's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think?
And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. And the pressure gets to him again. He couldn't get the ball away on 4th and goal. And as a result, possession switches hands. Now here's a 1st and 10 for Miami. A breakdown by the O-line at the worst possible time. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
The quarterback sack.
Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
And then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Daniel. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And does the defense have it? They do, says the referee. We're going the other way.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him. Forced out to his left. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
And that'll be caught. Touchdown, Oregon. From 17 yards out. And this offense is running away with this one.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so, That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
35. Hurricanes, nothing.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This will make it into the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Here's the University of Miami, their offense ready to get the drive started. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? There's
nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is going to go the other way. The defense has it.
Fumble on the play.
Following the fumble recovery, Matthews.
Matthews' pass complete to number 45. First and goal at the 10-yard line.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on first and goal.
With the score, Ducks 35, Hurricanes nothing.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Ducks set to go on offense as they come to the line. Throwing on first down. Matthews. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20.
First down.
They go play action here on first down. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in.
The greatest show on earth,
and he will score. Touchdown, Ducks. A big play there. 57 yards. And this offense continues to pour it on.
Partner, one of the cardinal rules of defense is that if you're in position to make a tackle, you need to make it.
Well, and if you can't make the tackle before that, you just got to knock that ball down, right?
Yeah, something has to happen because we saw the end result there. Missed tackle, he goes all the way and takes it for a touchdown.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Back out there for their next offensive drive. The Hurricanes get set. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train? Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it'll be a turnover. This is going the other way.
Fumble on the play.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
What was that, Russ?
So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So an incomplete pass a moment ago, and that leads to second and goal. And that'll be caught. Touchdown, Oregon. From 8 yards out. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
It's now 3rd and 10.
Out of the gun, Daniel. Under pressure, and down goes Daniel.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
The Ducks take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here's a 1st and 10, Oregon. Throwing is Matthews. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow.
Here we go. Here we go.
And he will score. Touchdown, Ducks. A big play there. 78 yards as his guys continue to pour it on. I don't even know what to say anymore. I mean, I've lost track of how many times he's been in the end zone. This is just flat unbelievable.
Doesn't matter whether you have an abacus, a calculator, just old-fashioned pencil and paper trying to total it up. The number is staggering. What a performance. This man knows how to find the end zone and make it count.
Taken in at the 3. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Here's the University of Miami, their offense ready to get the drive started.
These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And this will be scooped up by the defense. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown.
Danny Newberry for the
huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Hurricanes take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Woods. Broke a tackle, but not much room there ultimately. Just up past the 25 and no further.
Down at the 26.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8.
Operating from the gun. Daniel throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the 3rd quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the defense has come up with it.
The quarterback sacked.
The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal. They'll run it. This is Ferguson. And he is into the end zone for an Oregon touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6.
We know that the big guys won't get the credit, Brandon, but we also know that that touchdown belongs to them. Excellent job of clearing the way for their running back.
Now after the touchdown, here's Oregon set to kick it off. Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
Their own 23.
Back out there for their next offensive drive. The Hurricanes get set. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
From the gun, Daniel under pressure, and down goes Daniel. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
Taken down and sacked.
But this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
They'll find Henderson there. It's complete. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the defense will get their hands on it, going the other way.
As they say, this game hasn't exactly been one for the books. I mean, we're into the 4th quarter here, and now this happens, another turnover. Not one that they're going to hold up and say, yeah, this has been a banner day.
Absolutely. Still sitting on 0. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
First down, Oregon.
And this one's incomplete.
Intended for number.
The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise or throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense can crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And they'll get this down to the 10.
45.
All told, they get 13 yards on that play.
First down, Oregon.
They'll look to throw again. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense. Exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it.
And he will score. Touchdown Ducks. An 11-yard touchdown. As his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Now the extra point try forthcoming. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Ducks 77. Hurricanes nothing.
Now after the touchdown, here's Oregon set to kick it off. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here's the University of Miami, their offense ready to get the drive started. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get point.
And he loses the football a second time. It's going the other way.
Keith Woods, the ball carrier.
Okay, this isn't one where you want to take the game tape and hold it up as an example, do you? I mean, you talk about frustrating all the way through. And that last error, I think that crystallizes it, doesn't it?
Absolutely. That's been representative of their entire game still being shut out. And that'll be caught. Touchdown, Oregon. 25 yards for the touchdown. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6.
Well, where our booth is here, we can see all of the writers to our left. And their post-game stories, Charles, they have been filed for some time because this game, boy, is it lopsided.
Yeah, we can see our guy Scoop. He's even got his fedora tipped over his face. I think he's taking a nap now. Nothing left to write for him, but how gratifying has it been for them to see what they've done in practice and carry it into a game and see the execution be so good. They've got to feel fantastic about what they've accomplished in this one.
The Hurricanes take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Back out there for their next offensive drive. The Hurricanes get set. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking now.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit.
And he will score. Touchdown, Ducks.
Complete to number 45.
Well, they mentioned this week, Charles, they had a couple kinks on offense that they wanted to fix. I would say they're pretty well fixed.
There's no doubt about that. I mean, just about everything they've run has been successful in this one. And if I'm the defensive coordinator, I'm done with this, right? I have no answers for anything. In fact, I probably send a note to the clock operator. Let it run.
After the touchdown, here's Oregon set to kick it off. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own.
Here's the University of Miami, their offense ready to get the drive started. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. 2nd and 10, Daniel again.
Daniel's pass.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
A flag comes, maybe a free play for Daniel. And a sack. They get to him defensively, but the flag comes in, and I think the D jumped. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
This will be fielded at the 17. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 38. Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down. Operating from the gun. Matthews. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down. To throw again. Matthews, and he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now.
And 10 yards to go.
Again, he'll drop to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that'll be caught. Touchdown, Oregon. A big play there. Finding the end zone yet again. And this offense is running away with this one. The fly route works for the TD Graham.
And you know what the receivers love to say? If we get even with the defender, we're leaving. And that's exactly what he did, all the way into the end zone. And then he was on the business end catching it once he got over the stripe.
Now this will make it into the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Back out there for their next offensive drive. The Hurricanes get set. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Back to the air. Daniel on second down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
The quarterback taken down and sacked.
Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
So dangerous with a football in his hands. Call that a return of 38.
Ducks take over 1st and 10.
The Ducks come up now 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Matthews. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
After what they faced during this game, where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
Fighting through it, he's got space. And he will score. Touchdown, Ducks.
To number 45.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
Now after the touchdown, here's Oregon set to kick it off. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
At their own 22-yard line.
Here's the University of Miami, their offense ready to get the drive started. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to...
And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
From the gun, Daniel. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They could put their back against it and know exactly where they...
In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And what else could go wrong at this point? This is going to be a defensive touchdown as they keep piling it on. That's something you have to be wary of on your side of the field, that close to the goal line. The defense, they are looking for that football. They got it. They scored it.
You are so right, and the quarterback has to speed things up himself. So close to the goal line, they're going to get after you. Make sure you get rid of the football and in a safe place.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead will swell by one more. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Back out there for their next offensive drive. The Hurricanes get set. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them. The coaches from all the way up here, they were adamant. You've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
On 2nd and 10, Daniel throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Throwing on 3rd down, Daniel. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the defense says they have it. Yes, they've got it.
Fumble on the play.
Well, partner, I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the 4th quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them all day on offense.
So symbolic, and that's why they're still being... And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill, but remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes, and that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
And this is going to be caught, so add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this, but to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there, and sometimes it has a way of catching up with you.
Their own 25-yard line.
Here's the University of Miami, their offense ready to get the drive started. They are down big. They have not scored a single point. I don't know, are they so defeated at this point you just want to get in the locker? And it's a fumble. And does the defense have it? They do, says the referee. We're going the other way.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that'll be caught. Touchdown, Oregon.
Well, they certainly have the look of a team with something to prove, don't they? All week, as we prepared for this game, we kept reading about how they said they're going to play a full 60 minutes this week. Has nothing to do with their opponent. No disrespect intended, but they wanted to be people of their word, playing this thing all the way out, trying to finish it strong.
Now after the touchdown, here's Oregon set to kick it off. By rule, that comes out to the 40-yard line, so good opportunity for this offense with solid field position.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
One last throw for Daniel. He's going to let it fly. And this will be caught at the 30. A really solid performance against a ranked opponent as they add a big win to the left-hand column.
Want to talk about the rounds, and that's the Heartbreak Kids and their indelible bond. Once again, taking college football center stage at the championship game later on tonight. It has been truly amazing and truly inspirational to watch this amazing journey that these kids have been on from start to finish to this point, showing off their character, their grit, their determination, their heart has been on full display for all of us to behold. And I normally don't say this, but I, for one, will be a Heartbreak Kid in spirit as they take the field in this big game tonight.